Hello everyone. So this video shows a Russian Lancet drone targeting a Ukrainian Mig-29 fighter at an airfield. The Lancet does actually miss the MiG, impacting just on the right hand side and underneath it, but an explosion from a Lancet this close would certainly have damaged the aircraft. This is quite concerning footage because of the distances involved. So let's have a quick look at the geolocation and see where this took place and how far from the front it was. So this occurred here. The MiG-29 was parked on the northern tip of this airbase. Now, this airbase does look unused in this old Google Maps image. However, satellite imagery shows the airbase has been restored in early 2023. So this was an active base. We can also see on this satellite image, put together by GeoConfirmed on Twitter, MiGs stationed here. Now, this is why this is concerning news for Ukraine. This airbase is 66 kilometers from the nearest bit of Russian-occupied territory, quite a sizable distance. And given the fact this Lancet looped around and attacked the MiG from the rear, means it actually flew even further. The Lancet had a range of 40 kilometers, so to hit this airbase means that either Russia has managed to increase the range of these things to over 60 kilometers, likely around the 70-kilometer mark, maybe more, or Russia managed to get operatives over the river and behind Ukraine's lines. I think the former. The Lancet is launched by a truck-carried trailer. It's one thing getting a couple of blokes with an FPV drone behind the lines, it's another thing altogether to get a truck and trailer behind the lines. I think Russia has managed to modify these to increase the range. This is bad news for Ukraine. The Lancet is probably Russia's standout weapon in the war. They've had a lot of success hitting Ukrainian equipment with it. So nearly doubling the range of these is certainly going to cause problems. Another possibility is that these can now be air-launched, perhaps from the spotter drone, which, if the case, would be a new modification of the Lancet, which has always been ground-launched in the past. The other reason this is concerning is not only was the Lancet drone there, but a spotter drone too, guiding it to its target. So a serious weakness in Ukraine's air defences here. So the radars failed to detect it, and it seems possible that this airbase lacked any SAM coverage, or if it did, the SAMs were completely unsuccessful in intercepting both the spotter drone and the Lancet. Now, if there is a SAM shortage, then that needs to be a priority for Western donations to Ukraine. Another reason this is concerning, this is an active base with a number of MiGs, and there are more than one here. Check the screenshot. There are at least 5 aircraft here, so this isn't just one lone MiG landing here for a little while for whatever reason. Having an active fighter base like this just over 65 kilometers from the Russian positions is just flat out asking for trouble. Even Russia saw sense to disperse its helicopter bases further back once they realised they could be hit. Even without drones, this base could be hit. Smerch, for example, has a max range of over 70 kilometers, not to mention the potential of using longer range commercial drones to hit the base like Ukraine has, and it's not a long distance to fly 65 kilometers for one of these drones. Also, rigging up one of the longer range spotter drones with grenades or that sort of thing. There is a Orlan 10 variant actually designed for dropping little bomblets out. Ukraine is very lucky that Russia sent just one Lancet. If they sent multiple here, they could easily have wiped out every MiG at this base. 21 MiG-29s are on Oryx so far, including this one. It's unknown exactly how many Ukraine has. They had over 20 airworthy last year, but had some airframes in storage, and it's very likely those have been made airworthy again, and some have been sent by NATO countries. Poland sent 10 this year, Slovakia 13. But numbers certainly aren't high, and there aren't too many in NATO stocks that can also be sent in the future. Poland has 25, which could potentially make their way to Ukraine once Poland's F-35 orders begin. Bulgaria has around 10, so not too many. So again, putting these MiG-29s so close to the front lines like this, so close to Russian-occupied territory where they can easily hit it, is very, very risky. I am really, really surprised to see this, to be honest. I would have thought the MiG-29s would be based, 100 kilometers or so away from the front lines. far enough to be safe, but close enough so that they can launch and carry out air coverage duties and that sort of thing within a quick span of time. Hopefully now this one's been hit by a Lancet, this entire airbase is completely dispersed elsewhere in Ukraine where these are safer, because Ukraine can't afford to lose any more MiG-29s. So that's it for this video. Now, before we finish, a quick mention of a new fundraiser for Andre West, a volunteer who has been in Ukraine carrying out humanitarian aid since the start of the war. We've done a fundraiser for him before. The new project is road repair, which may not sound too exciting, but after well over a year of war, is very important in ensuring supplies and aid can get quickly to the front line, especially with winter approaching, when the ground may very well become boggy, and these key roads will become vital for logistical and supply purposes. So a very important project here, and any help would be greatly appreciated. The links are in the description. Thanks very much for watching, and take care everybody.